Oh, that might not have been great audio. My apologies. Need to do professional streamer here. Not professional, by the way, if it needs to be said. All right. Can I? No. Welcome to FC Pro. 1 million prize pool. That's not a lot. Yeah, that is not a lot. Professional streamer and potentially soon to be podcaster. Who knows? Yeah, you responded, "Oh wow," to that, and I thought about messaging you and going, "Yeah, same. That'd be quite something." Also, I'm so disappointed by this Philly card. False 9 plus striker role, which should be the one I want, but it doesn't work in this game. No passing play style. Power minus and chip minus, but no finesse, no Travella, no quick step, no relentless. He looks okay. If he could be left mid for me, it'd be fine. But no, he's only inside forward plus left wing. Oh well. Excuse me. Are my settings right this time, or do those reset every time now? Hey, they're correct. Who knew? I get a loan card, really? I don't want to use loans, yeah. Bohemian, what are your thoughts on Bowie? Because that card came out and I am not sure how I feel. Like tech plus right back, that could be fun. And then the rest of the stats, I don't know. Snipe by now for... You call him the one name he doesn't go by anymore. He's Jamie Giddens. Excuse you. It's decent but bad passing. Yeah, that's part of it. Or I guess that's the main thing. I'm debating if I want to do him. Like, it could be fun to have a 4-star skill, tech plus right back. Was he wingback plus plus? No, he's wingback just plus. I'm just still an improvement over Kimmich, who doesn't have it. He's attacking wingback plus plus. He's just one of those, what do you put on him? There's no dribbling, passing, defending style, is there? No. Good evening. Good. I guess it's evening for me too. Good. It's kind of middle of my day, but hope you're doing well. I'm doing just fine. FC Pro is there's an esports event. I just skipped the little pop-up message for it in here. But the esports event, and each pro competing in it gets a card assigned to them, and then the better that pro does, then their cards actually get upgraded in game. So I can't believe we've got 89 rated, how do I say this? 89 rated free objective cards in November. Like, the power curve of this game is going to be, I know they're giving us high ratings, but they want to keep the power curve low by just adding more playstyles and roll pluses later. That's probably what they'll do. But the power curve still feels just so fat, so far ahead. Sounds dope. It sounds okay. So we've got all these cards, all of whom could be something. They started these. Some of these will fit in your team. Some of them will just kind of be competing for players that are already really similar in your game. But the question is if they upgrade. I'll take a look, but I'm not necessarily excited by any of these cards, mostly because now I'm doing a formation with wide mids. Like, he'd be okay, but he's right wing, he's left wing. I already have 70 cams. If I pack Simmons untradeable, it's fine. I'm not going to complain. But I've already got Franciscoli and Neymar and Musiala and Milo who can all play there. And Dybala if everyone backs Serie A. Bruno Gittins is at least inside 4++ for left mid, so his attacking AI must be incredible there. He's average and lean, which is the right body type. Only mostly explosive. Dribbling comes out okay. Passing's okay. Shooting is decent, but then the play styles are just whipped no, rapid don't care, flare no, tech minus fine, quick step decent. Really missing some stuff there. Look at that has you excited as a center back in objectives. Who was that? Was that Simicon? This guy? 6'2", tall and lean, that's not bad. Jockey plus anticipate, bruiser, block, no aerial. But that is a soft Neymar link. He has okay stats. Those are a bit low, but it's an objective, so you can accept it. Where's Shadow? Yeah, he's French, so he's easy to link at least. Ball playing defender is fine. It's not bad. Stats, great play styles. Just missing aerial. Which, to be fair, Carvalho has aerial, but he's 6 foot only, so maybe 6'2" is better. What about this guy? He's average and lean, 6 foot. Interesting. Anyway, the idea is to make this into a video, so I have to do my YouTube spiel here real quick. How do I want to do this? Somebody had recommended I do, like, reviews over cards that come out. Like promo reviews or something, so I'm going to try giving that a go. Because people are really interested in my incredibly particular body type, height, stat layout, playstyle layout thing that I'm what's the word? I'm so particular on. Because they'll say he's got unique, but Footpen doesn't like to list it. He's advanced forward ++, so that's, I mean, if you get this card, that's great. No finesse, no passing. It's okay for playstyles. The rest of them's really good. Sheesh, that's pretty effective. You going for him, Bohemian? That's gonna be your guy. You should go for Reteg. Nope. Retegui. This guy. Nope. That one. This gotta be your guy. Anyway. Chat, I'm gonna have to find if there's a way to put chat on the screen, but like in a way that is transparent. So I don't just have a block covering everything there. Brunet's German PvP. That's fair. So you're waiting for a Emre Can Travella Plus card, I see. You can use Veghorst. Can't believe they brought this card back already. If this guy wins anything, I'm gonna be so upset. We see now he does have Ariel. Oh yeah, you know somebody's gonna go for him. Is there another way to list? I'd almost rather see them in a list view than I guess that works. How does FUT GG do it? Do they do it? Squads? Yes, but they don't have it yet? That's interesting. So you just have to do it through here. Which is easy enough, I suppose. Pay 1 million to have Gittins be left-footed. Do you have 1 million? Okay, let's give this a go. I don't actually need my controller right now. Alright. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. This one's going to be on reviewing the recent FC Live promo that we've got. Somebody asked specifically about my opinions on new cards coming out. I thought that would be interesting. I know that I've got a pretty particular set of requirements I need my players to fit under for me to actually look to include them in the team. So we're trying out a couple things for the channel. This will be a new thing. If it does well, then we'll keep on going with it. If not, no big deal. But there's a couple aspects to the channel, I guess. We've got like tutorials and stuff, but then there's the gameplay, and then there's specifically what I'm looking for with the players who I'm selecting. So there's a couple things. Hopefully this will all help everyone understand what I'm looking for in that whole like holistic version or holistic view of how I play FIFA. So we're gonna take a look here, try to go through this quickly. Victor Osimhen first. I do believe he's lean tall, not a unique body type. Power Shot Plus, one of the best attacking playstyles this year, bar, like, no question. I was going to say bar none, but without a doubt. Portrait Plus Plus, people say, is messed up. I haven't used it, but they say it's kind of a little bit off. But Advanced Forward is good. Target Forward you can kind of mess with and get to work, but Advanced Forward seems to be the way to go. His particular layout means low on agility and dribbling. It depends if you need passing for him. I probably would, which means he looks like an engine for me. Shooting's good enough. You could do like a marksman to max it out there, pretty much. And that gives him a 90 overall for dribbling versus Engine's 88, but the balance and agility will help. Extra agility is good for shooting too. It just means they're on balance more as they're taking their shots. Chip doesn't matter. Power header I never use. Some people might take advantage of that, but I'm looking at the cards here, so we're going to say no real use to me. Tech minus is okay, actually, like, or tech base. It's better than tech base was last year. It's okay to use here and there, but he's going to be heavier while doing it, so there's a bit of question with it. Rapid plus is fine. Quick step's fine for him. Acrobatic, you're probably not going to use much, so he'll be a fun card with the power shots. And advance forward means his attacking positioning should be really good. On top of that, he's going to be really fast. On the ball, he's going to be a bit of a mess, though, so not somebody I would use even if I got him untradeable for free. 3 million Dortmund account, wow. Well done, Bohemian. Okay, we'll look at Benzema. Everyone should know Finesse Plus is also just wild this year. False 9 plus plus, False 9 means they go wide. False 9 is what I would want to use more than any other role for strikers, but it's programmed wrong, so it's not worth experimenting with too much. For now, hopefully they fix it at some point. Benzema, even with average medium, it's not one of the better body types. He's been phenomenal in past years with his attacking AI, so the question always with his cards coming out is, how well programmed is this card going to be? Is he just going to get into the right spot better than basically anybody else in the game for you? Even with some of the other stats being a little bit lower. Agility and balance are actually better than I would normally think for his cards. It depends on how you want to use them. If you're trying out the false 9 stuff, then the addition to passing would be great. Otherwise, he could also be a marksman. Those are the two I look for on my... Where's marksman? Two I look for on my strikers a lot. Marksman getting the finishing as high as possible. Engine just kind of helping with balance and general ability to get into shooting positions. So the question for you really is, do you want him to sprint into space and try to get as open as possible to take a shot where the balance doesn't really matter? Or is he going to face up with opponents a little bit more and you need to dribble and maneuver side to side sometimes and you need the better balance stat for that? So kind of between those two. I'd probably try him out if I got him, but he's 6'2", and he's 6'1", so he'd feel really bad on the ball for me. Wouldn't be somebody who lasts well. Wouldn't be somebody who lasts long in the team for me. But he might just score you an absurd amount of goals regardless. 4-star is great. Incisive is actually really nice to have, even with, especially with 88 vision and short pass. So it's not bad at all to have, especially for like some first time passes here or there. You're basically using triangle all the time with him when you're passing then. First touch, one of the most important playstyles in the game for me. Tech minus, as we talked about, is okay. Relentless is great. Fellow's great. So everything there is actually pretty decent. He's not really missing anything per se. Obviously, as the game goes on, you'll want press proven and maybe a power shot, maybe a ticky. But for now, you know, as all of the cards are a bit limited, there's not any necessarily massive downside to him. He's just not going to be fun to me because he's tall and control lengthy. Alright, Xavi Simons here. Ticking, incisive, my two favorite. Well, ticking, incisive, and pinged are the three that are important for me. Any one of those at least is really important, but having two of them is really nice. Finesse plus, as we talked about, phenomenal. Tech minus, fine. Flare, First touch and Trivella, good. Mostly explosive with average and lean for body type. There. One of the better body types in the game. Passing's got a good layout. Dribbling is well-rounded again. You've got Shadow Striker plus, which means you're essentially kind of using him as a striker. It'd be the same too for me. I'd be looking Engine or Marksman. Engine gets dribbling up really high and agility balance is great. Shooting might be a little bit low for you, so if you're trying to do more with the finesses, then Marksman, I think, getting that set up higher. His passing's probably in a good enough spot to last you for now. Obviously, the other thing to mention with these cards is they can all upgrade, so they'll get additional role pluses or positions, they'll get additional playstyle pluses eventually if they go far enough. They're all connected to some pro, so it depends on how well that pro does in the esports tournament. But is it worth 1.1 million? No. If I had him, would I use him? He'd probably muscle out my other cams just by that slight enough margin, mostly because Finesse Plus is rarely spammable. The rest of it, he's okay. He's not going to be phenomenal again. I wouldn't be spending this much on him. He's like 200 to 300k. If he does drop down, then I'd say that's probably a good price range for him. Maybe 4 to 5. But we've got enough Bundesliga cams already with Musiala as SBC. If you did him, this guy's not really going to muscle Musiala out because you already invested money into that card. So depends on who you've got in your team. But if you pack him untradeable, that's going to be great. Gabby Jesus, always one of the better body types in the game. He does have a unique one. He's normally able to be mostly explosive, sometimes explosive. This card cannot be. His strength and his agility are... Or his strength's 80, which means he can't be explosive no matter what. He'd have to be 79 strength to be explosive. But mostly explosive is pretty good. Passing is high enough for a striker. Dribbling is well-rounded, but higher than any of the cards we've looked at, so that's really nice. Trivela Plus doesn't mean they do Trivelas better, as far as I know. It just means they're more likely to perform a Trivela from certain angles. So it's not a great playstyle plus to have, and then he's lacking some others. Tech for such Relentless is fine, but no shooting playstyle sucks on a striker. Well, Trivela's kind of a shooting playstyle, so take that as it is. Trivela finishes are phenomenal, and so are long shots. But he's missing the passing and an actual normal finishing one. As well as maybe a presser, trickster would be nice. The rest, his unique body type and the high dribbling stats that will make up for some of it. He's somebody you could probably get away with on a basic. If you don't need to increase the dribbling all that much, you get this great well-rounded increase to everything pretty much. Passing gets almost as good as it would be on an engine, which is here. Only difference is 8 curve and then 8 crossing I don't care about, but 4 extra curve. Engine gives a really nice agility balance boost there. The question here is really going to be, what layout do you want for the dribbling stats? I think Engine leaving the ball control lower is a bit questionable to me. If you're using him as a solo striker, I would do Marksman. In my 4-2-3-1-2 variant, if he's up top, he'd be the one I'd go with. If he's kind of partnered by somebody else, or if some of the attacking weight is off of him, if you've got maybe wingers next to them, I'd probably go with basic just for some additional passing creativity and a little bit of the boost to sprint speed. Just because you're going to be using him not as the sole threat in front of goal. So the finishing, maybe not going to matter if you can get some passes with him too. Phenomenal card, not going to be worth the 1.3 million again. Again, the question is going to be upgrades. But I think the playstyles are going to just limit him a little too much to really be fun for me right now. His eventual price is probably going to be 1 to 1.2 million, but it's really pricey on a card like this, and you're likely to lose out with him if his pro doesn't do well. So, phenomenal card if you get untradeable, probably not going to be worth it for the market value. Look at Ake next. We'll try to go a little quicker with the defenders, I think. Body type, I never care too much about on defenders. Aerial minus is good, but 5'11 means I'm basically not looking to use this guy at all. Roll pluses are fine. Anticipate's good. Bruiser is okay. Block is nice, but occasionally. I'd rather have intercept and anticipate because you use them a lot more than block. Block might save you, but only so many times a game, whereas these make a much more difference throughout the entirety of the match. Controlled also isn't the greatest for center backs. Normally you want lengthy, mostly lengthy, one of those. Dribbling's high for center back overall, but the reactions composure are pretty low. Passing's fine. Everything here is fine. He's also not going to be somebody worth 400k. So he's missing some of the addition playstyles and being tall, really. Plus it's the Prem. You've got Saliba and VVD already, so you really don't need him. Hammerbot, I don't use holding plus. I do use deep lying playmaker. Dribbling is higher than I would have thought. Control length, the average tall means not somebody I would be looking at. Very mid card, I would say. Defending's fine, dribbling's fine. Physicality's pretty good, passing's fine. Nothing really exciting about the card, but if you need the links for Fenerbahce, then, you know, he's fine to go with. Or for Morocco, but press proven minus is okay. Actually, that might make his dribbling a little better. Pinged is pretty good to have just to escape some situations. Aerial to save you occasionally. Missing anticipate, he's fine, but he's not somebody to spend too much time thinking about, I would say. This card's an odd one. He's average and normal. It doesn't actually say here, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure he was average and normal according to Footbin. Average and normal, yeah. Sometimes these websites just forget to mention it, I guess. Tech Plus on a right back. If you're using him, I'd have wing back on him. I don't know. I've never used Tech Plus on a right back, honestly. It might save you in some situations, but the dribbling overall kind of low for now. Unless he gets the upgrades, in which he'll go up to like 90 dribbling probably and be okay there. He would have to be a guardian for me, which is, where is that one? Here. Because I would really want the on-the-ball feel to go up if he's going to be a 4-star skiller in Tech Plus for me. You're basically accepting the passing is going to be awful with him, and you're going to have to dribble your way into better passing opportunities. That's basically how you're using him. 90 stam is okay, with Relentless minus, that's really good. Jockey and Interceptor both good. Whipped pass, not so great. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this card. If he looks like... I'd have to look into his pro. If he looks like he'll get upgrades, I'd probably go with him. 163k is not bad. For the French links, Byron links, somebody who can be a new team for quite a while. It's not like there's a lot of right backs that come along and really replace players per league. There's some good right backs in the game, but only like one per league, you know? So this could be the best Bundesliga right back for a while. But yeah, it's just the passing. Like, defending ends up really high here on that Guardian. Guardian, basically the best defensive and dribbling comp style in the game in both categories. Shooting doesn't matter. Pace, I'd say, is fine. Control explosive, Average and lean, or, yeah. No, average and normal is meh. I don't know. If you need this card for your links, I'd say go with him. I'd have more fun with him than Kimmich, but Kimmich escapes so many situations with just long ball and then press proven minus, so would he be that much better than him? Just in terms of the pace and nothing else, I'd think. I'm 50-50 on whether I'm going to do that card. Gravenberch, is he going to be worth the price, would be the question. Anticipate's good, Incisive is good. Finesse really depends on where you're using him. No CDM deep lying playmaker, so he doesn't have a position that I'd actually use him in. Dribbling's actually quite nice. This looks like a basic to me. You just accept the plus in every category for that. Gives him actually really nice passing, incisive minus. You can get out of some good situations there. Defending's fairly low, but you kind of accept that with a card like this, and you say, hey, I've got a taller player here. Sometimes he'll just defend better because he's taller, with anticipate minus. Lean tall is actually a better, taller body type, so that's not bad. It's just he's really expensive, so helps. Long ball is really spammable. It's not a playstyle I use a lot to spam over the tops. I just kind of get out of certain situations with it. But you can definitely do some effective things in the game with it. Let's say Flare, not great. The rest is all good. Just not going to be worth the price. But if you have this card, he's probably going to be somebody who can last in the team for quite a while. Press proven, deep lying. This one's interesting. Intercept plus is a really good playstyle. Lean medium, not the best. But press proven's going to make up for that somewhat. 4-4, mostly explosive, 5-10. Dribbling, not bad. Defending. He's got no passing playstyle, which sucks. So that would mean I kind of would want to increase the passing. Where is Guardian again? I feel like I'd want a Guardian on him to make up a bit for the body type. Stamina's a bit low for CDM. He'll be really good defensively with Intercept and Anticipate, basically the two best defensive playstyles, and then Bruiser, not bad to have either. Shooting doesn't matter. Pace is a little low, but you kind of accept that. That's okay for how I would use him. What's his... He's extinct. Interesting. He's not somebody I'm too excited about. The body type kind of throws me off. I've already got Stanway and Alex Garcia in that position. Alex Garcia with Press Proven Plus, he's just going to escape a lot more situations than he will, even with 4-4 versus 3-4? 3-3? This card is fine. If he ends up being 100k and you need the Argentina or the Bayer links or something like that, that'd be just fine. He's not somebody I would go for, even though I've got a Bundesliga team. The Ox has right mid wide playmaker. If I was using my 4-3-3, let's actually see. Average and medium, not the best. Controlled explosive 5-9's okay. Controlled explosive means you'll be able to get by your opponents pretty well, but he's not going to be the best on the ball. Dribbling's well-rounded again. Sometimes looking at dribbling, I hope that these two are a little bit lower and that the agility and balance are really high, because you might get like 88 dribbling, but these two are like 96, 94, and then these are both 88 there. Then you put a marksman on, and it really bumps those up to high levels with already high stats up there. But Marksman's decent. With Power Shot Plus means you'll basically... well, he's got Trickster and Power Shot, so you can do the volley flick-ups into Power Shots, which will be phenomenal. Wide Playmaker, not something I'm looking to use. Cam, I've got enough. He'd probably be somebody that makes my bench. Partially just because you bring him off the bench and use Power Shots. He doesn't look awful, but actually 78 defending is kind of interesting for if you use them at right mid. But again, you'd have to do wide Playmaker. I've already got Malin out there. He's not going to replace Malin. 62k is not bad, but it's linking him. So if you've got an all-England team, you can try using him if you're tired of like Foden or Saka. But again, not somebody I would go with. Insigne has always been an interesting card in FIFA. I don't think this one's the best formatted. He's missing passing, which sucks. At least incisive would help. Traveler Quickstep fine, Tech Plus fine, Finesse fine. Flair, Again. A Trickster or Press Proven would be good. He's got no first touch, which sucks. He's kind of harder to link. And then left mid, wide Playmaker again. Just wide Playmakers. If any of these were inside forwards, then I'd be a little more excited. Explosive is good. So the thing you get out of a card like this, you probably put him on a marksman, do the same thing. Just try to increase the shooting with finesse minus there. And get his dribbling basically as high as you can. Passing is in a decent spot. Oddly enough, short passing is lower than long pass, but no passing play style, so it's a little questionable. You have to use this card early attacking. Just try to tech your way in every decent situation to go and score. The thing about a card like this, being 5'4" and his unique body type, while being explosive, means he's going to be great at shifting side to side, but he's a little bit short for actually getting past anybody. So you have to do... If you see my dribbling tutorials when I'm doing like all of the agile dribbling to actually get past somebody, when I'm doing it with Neymar, it takes a little while, but I'm able to hold on to the ball. The whole time. When I'm doing it with Musiala is sometimes less successful, but when he does succeed, he gets much further past the opponent. So somebody like this, being 5'4", it means any of the skill moves he does, any of the dribbles he completes, are going to be very predictable, are going to be very successful at keeping possession, but it's so hard to actually get past somebody. So 5'4" is normally a little short for the dribbling range. Best dribbling heights are 5'7", which is a little on the lower end, but it's Messi and Neymar, and their body types make up for it. Normally the best dribblers range from 5'8" to 5'9" for me. And 5'8" to 5'9" means I'm doing the agile, like lots of adjustments, but you have to take a little longer to get past people. If you're doing like 5'10", 5'11" dribblers, they can be okay. They're, again, a little more successful with any of their skill moves or dribbles getting past the defender into an actual, like, bigger space to get your shot off or whatever. So it really depends on the height range for players as to how you use them or what situations you're looking to do, get them in-game. 5'4" means you're basically shifting around the whole time, but just trying to look for a passing angle rather than getting past somebody a lot. Come across your channel the last few days. Incredible content. Thank you for sharing the knowledge and teaching us how to learn. How to play through the press, manipulating the opponents. Got another thank you comment. You're struggling with a high press, especially on top of zero line second man press. Okay. Thank you both for the compliments, by the way. I do appreciate those. Vishal, I do plan on just keeping making the same stuff. I'm really enjoying this so far, and comments like that definitely help for what it's worth, but this is how I have fun playing the game, and making this kind of content is really enjoyable to me. I'm glad that it resonates with so many people, though. The second man press... So, do I have a good example? I wonder if I have anything I succeeded at from yesterday's live stream, but I doubt I'd be able to find it. PC player, but every time you play, every 3 minutes you have lag and drop. That I have no idea about, I'm sorry. I have not had any lag issues with this game. I'm sorry about that, but that is a little beyond my knowledge base. It sucks though. I wish the PC game was optimized at all any better. Wait, nope. Nope. That's a red card game. Let's do something else. I wonder if I faced any high press opponents. This one's kind of a no. That already started. I want to find one that's in my own half. Oh, this is an easy game as well. I need to have clips on hand where I can explain what I'm doing for questions like this, because the answer is always the same, but it's easier if I've got an example. That's so direct. That's not what I'm looking for. That shot was strange. Second half, maybe. Trailblazers, Kvaratskhelia. Trickster Plus is a little bit of a weird one this year. If you do the flick ups, then it's great. The L1 is a little bit better, but not perfect. His body type is not great. His skill moves are going to be very successful. They're going to be very fast. They're going to take him a great distance to get past players. But he's going to feel really bad with standard dribbling. So you really have to be a skiller with him. If you're trying to do agile dribbling, it's not going to be the best. Mostly because of his body type and his height. This game is also not a good example. Do I have any high press games from yesterday? It's off a corner, so no. This isn't a high press, so it's not the greatest example, but it kind of shows what I'm looking for. A2. You see some of these touches where it just takes a little bit longer. You're trying to delay, just stall a little bit. You know, I'm not looking for an immediate pass here with Rafa. Just take your time. You're trying to drag them out of their shape. Here, their shape gets dragged out because I don't have my drawing tool up. Excuse me. They get pulled out of shape because I'm wide here. So when you're in the side of the field, you see the gap it opens up on the other. So sometimes just by going wide, you end up getting their whole, do blue for them. You end up getting their whole defensive line on this side of the field. And now they've got their circle there. Like these are their midfield lines, which means there's this very obvious gap over here. So all you're looking to do is get into that space again. You see I got forward with Kimmich, and then it's going back. You've got the little loops there. Little gap here to go through. So a lot of it's picking your eyes up and just seeing where's the actual space on the field and how am I going to get into it. When you're looking at high press, it's really stressful because you've got so many players that are getting up against you. So the trick is finding the little pockets of space where it's like, I'm under pressure, but I can pick my head up here. It's going to be 2 or 3 seconds until I actually get challenged, actually get tackled. And then finding, oh, here's the gap. If there is no gap, then the question is, how do you achieve it? Normally, it's by going this way or by going back that way. Well, either wing. If we think going this way, you're just going into their press. So all you're doing is saying, hey, you're in your shape right now. I'm going to attack you in your shape. Any of these movements means you're trying to take the opponent's shape and move them out of it, which should open up space somewhere. Sometimes it's you go this way and it's on the other side of the field. Same idea with this way. Well, if you go this way, where does the space open up? Back over this way. So if you're under pressure, keeping the game state the same against a high pressure opponent is exactly what they're hoping for. So you never really want to be just like, you know, if the high press starts when the ball's in the center of the field, you don't want to just accept it being in the center and go, okay, well, I'm going to, you're like, pass it there, I'll pass it there, I'll pass it here. And play through that center, because now you're trying to play through the press, which is exactly where all of their players already are. So if you can just encourage them this way, encourage them that way, encourage them that way, that's where the space opens up. This is not a high press opponent per se, but you see how when I get the ball back here, if you can see the mini map here, their lines are kind of like this. You see how stretched out that is? There's a big gap here, there's a big gap here. The reason that is the center backs, the most they can be is up here at the halfway line. They're not going to cross the halfway line. So if I get the ball here, I get the ball here, I'm really close to their center backs already. If I get the ball here, then their whole team is more spread out than normal. If I get it here, we're looking at their lines being like, that's the midfield line, that's the defensive line. But that's the defensive line. The midfield line is further up. There's a bigger gap. So playing through the press is always hardest when you already have the ball here and they get in their shape and then they start their press. Not necessarily wide there, but like in the center of the field, closer to the halfway line. As it is, the press here is really ineffective because they have to go so far this way to get to me, which means any step they take this way is a step away from their back line. That's as a result of just winning the ball further up the field. If you win the ball here again, it's normally easier to get forward than if you win the ball here. Situationally, it depends, right? But the idea is if you win the ball here, you can accomplish a similar thing by going back and encouraging them all the way out of their space. So this one's effective because I start deep and then I move it wide, and you'll see kind of got them back into shape as I'm going through the center here. I started here, but as I'm pushing it up the field, now we've got, they're much closer together. Any press there you'd think would be more effective. But this opponent doesn't have any ability to cover the wing, and as I get down there, they've got an okay connection here with that fullback, so there's not, there's space here, but then they can shift over to cover it. Same thing here. There's space here, but there's a fullback, so they can shift over to cover it. But in shifting to cover, where does the space open up? Other side of the field. So it looks like they're in a good spot. But all of a sudden, their midfield went from here to here. That's a difference of this angle, if that makes sense. So you're thinking, now there's, do yellow again. Now there's this much space, as opposed to that much space. We've got this extra gap here, which makes it so much easier to attack. Does that help? Hopefully it does. That's always my philosophy for playing through the press. You can't just accept playing them where they are. You have to do something to break their shape apart. And again, normally the idea is that way, or one of the wings. This is always my philosophy on this. Like, as whether or not you think this idea is complicated or not, there's nothing additional to it. The idea is just how to accomplish it. So it's which passes to use, which dribbling technique to use with here. Like, I probably L2R2 dribble here with Kimmich. Yeah, that's 2 L2R2s. You think that's a card with 87 dribbling or something? L2R2, effective enough, just gets back. Here's the space. Now in getting there, gone back, we went back forward. Now their shape is getting more compact, and I'm trying to play them basically where they are. It looks like there's space, but because the back line's too set, they're able to delay, just cause enough time for now the midfield to get back. Which means because I'm so focused on attacking them in their shape here again, think again, the midfield was here, the back line's here. They're really solid here in the center. They don't have anything out wide. So this attack breaks down because I'm just forcing it through, again, where they want me to attack through. All it takes is going wide again. I've got 2 wide players here. And what that would do is just shift the shape from this shape to maybe that one. Not quite that far, but, And then you just attack back down that way again. Here's going to be the space. Like opponent's players were not getting tired. Press doesn't seem to do much for fitness, it seems. I don't focus on fitness that much for what the opponents are. I don't think I have much to comment on that. You can try to just make them run more by controlling the field like that, but that one can go now. Okay. I don't know if I've noticed fitness this year at all for like what my opponents are doing, for what it's worth. I wish they did. You know, high press should lower the fitness, but it really doesn't in this game. It hasn't in FIFA for a little while. Okay. That was Lorenzo. Go to Kediolu. Great pack, false pack, no playstyle plus sucks. Do they all not have? Interesting. Alright, we'll take a look at Ferdy Kediolu here. This is one of the few cards who doesn't have a playstyle plus, which is really frustrating. Only one defending. Jockey's fine, but you'd hope for at least anticipate or intercept. First touch, fine. Rapid, depends on how you use him. He does have pace, so if you're doing like the attacking wingback thing, then that's not bad. Quick step, relentless, fine. He's very attack focused, which isn't bad. Dribbling's got a good layout. Not the best body type. He's 5'9" and mostly explosive. He'll be okay on the ball, but not the best. Which means for him, no passing playstyle I care about. Low passing. He's another, you're either looking for a basic and trying to improve that passing as well as everything else, or you just accept you're going to dribble through everybody and open up your passing lanes that way. Do the Guardian. Guardian's got decent passing. Interception's a bit low, but the rest of defending's okay. Sam is fine with Relentless. He's quick. I know a lot of people would look at a card like this and go, oh, he's obviously an anchor or a shadow. I don't care about pace that much on my fullbacks for how I use them. Is he going to be worth the price is the question. Probably is the best or the most fun Premier League left back right now. With a chance for getting upgraded, hopefully a decent playstyle plus if his pro does well. Another card, if I packed him, I would use him, but I don't have a Prem team, so I'm not really thinking about it. And best Prem left back, but question is the price going to be worth it? Have I opened my packs yet? I have not, no. That will be coming after the... as soon as we get through all the cards here. Without Vekhorst, I don't even want to look at this card. Finesse, press proven, power shot, tech, quick step, aerial, those are all good. Power header. 6'5", we all have nightmares about this card from last year. You don't care about his body type because he's 6'6", and he's just meant to win headers and stuff. Dribbling's actually kind of higher than I would think they'd make it. Shooting. I would guess a lot of people would use like a Hawk or a Hunter on him. He's not a card I would ever use, so I'm not going to argue to try a marksman or whatever. It's not like you're dribbling with him anyway. I guess the question is how these videos should go, because I don't care about this card at all. I know I'll come up against somebody who's just that opponent, that kind of rat, you know, and just spam mechanics with them. Not somebody I would ever look at myself. Like, it doesn't matter if this card was like 94 rated. I wouldn't use him because I just wouldn't have fun on the game. If you're somebody who likes this kind of thing, if you find cost as effective, might be one of the better plays to go with. It's not like the Netherlands is too hard to link with. There's one or two Eredivisie players, I think. Not Evos. Where's Chemlinks? Yeah. Not necessarily those that great of links. But, like, he's fine if that's what you're going with. I don't care. Jamie Bino Giddens does have one of the better... Yeah, does have one of the better body types. Sorry, I psyched myself out. No passing playstyle I care about. No shooting, no Travella. Which means we're just working with tech and quickstep, and then rapid and flare. You'd hope at least for Tiki or Finesse or Travella. Inside forward plus plus is probably going to be ridiculous on him. The question is, how good is his shooting going to be when he gets into those positions? 87 attack positioning is probably fine to work with. He's another I'd look at for a marksman. Mostly explosive no matter what. 5'10 means his skill movability should be pretty good with any 4-star skills. Passing, I think you just kind of work with. Ball control's a bit low for what you'd want, but then again, I'm using Musiala with also 93, so you can make it work. I think if you use a formation with a left mid and you use that inside forward, I think the roll plus plus is going to carry him. Hopefully he gets some good upgrades. I really like him in real life, being a Dortmund fan, of course. He's also extinct. He's going to be pretty pricey. Not somebody I'm going to buy myself because I've got Musiala at the left mid spot. Even though his attacking AI is going to be better, I think 5-star skills on Musiala is going to be more fun for me. Really hope he does well, though, for the pro, because I'd like to see this card get better. But despite the Dortmund sentimental value, he's missing one or two things. Either a little higher dribbling stats there, or just a better playstyle for him. Fabio Carvalho. Cam Playmaker plus plus actually isn't one I've used this year, so I don't know how well that's going to do. I've always done Shadow Tracker or just Cam Playmaker plus singular. Explosive, lean short, 5'7", means he's going to be great on the ball. It's hard to get past anybody, but very high success rate of holding onto the ball with his agile dribbling. Vision short, long pass, all good enough. With pinged pass plus means you probably don't have to worry about increasing. Dribbling is well-rounded mid-range. Stamina 80, but relentless should make that okay. This is an interesting one. If you need the Prem or the Portugal links, I don't think 115k for this card's too bad. He's probably going to go down. This is obviously day one of the promo, so he'll probably end at like 60k or something like that. Depends on how good his pro is, of course, with the upgrades. He probably also has to be a marksman for me. Trying to get the dribbling as high as possible. 96 finishing is great to work with finesse minus. He's got a decent playstyle layout. 1 shooting, 1 passing. You're missing the first touch. That's kind of a killer for me. Attack minus is okay if you do use it. Quick and relentless are both fine. He's gonna be fun, but he's not gonna be super successful. Ping pass with ping pass plus with a low passing should be just fine. You can get away with escaping from most situations by using that. High ball control and dribbling, lower agility and balance, but the explosive and the height makes up for it. Again, I think he's going to be fun, but given his dribbling just isn't quite high enough with missing 1 or 2 playstyles, means he'll be kind of like Insigne, great at holding onto the ball, but it's going to be hard to get that final move past an opponent to actually get your shooting angle, your shot off. Fun, probably worth the price, but despite him having a decent amount of the things I'm looking for, also not a card I'm planning on using. Unless that Playmaker plus plus is really fun. If it just works out for the formation I go with, and he's one of the few plus plus rolls, I think, for that. Does it show me? No. I know that Law Drop card that came out recently has it, but I don't think there were too many others. Yeah, could be fun. Still not somebody I'm going for. Basically, the answer we're coming to is I'm not looking at anybody from the promo. Which is normally how it is. He's actually got a really solid set of playstyles. Pinged and incisive both good. Finesse, tech, first touch, relent. This is like all of the essentials for me. Maybe missing tiki-taka, but as long as you've got 1 or 2 of the passing, you don't really need all of them. Finesse is great. Obviously, press proven is the one I want the most, but they don't give that out to a lot of players, so I'm not necessarily expecting it, you know. All of that's fine. His body type's mid-tier. Controlled 5'10", or controlled explosive 5'10". Passing's in a really good spot. Shooting's well-rounded. Dribbling, you just have to max that out again. Okay, card. He's also Playmaker plus plus. If you need MLS links, then he's fine to go with if you're doing like an all MLS team. But obviously chemistry links and just being a little bit on the lower rated side means no one's really going to be going for him. I heard this guy's exciting in real life, but I haven't watched him yet. Is he younger? He's 33. Never mind. Also no playstyle plus here. Slide is meh, bruiser's meh, long ball I don't use much, but some people will like. Obviously with the dribbling being lower, he's not somebody I'm going for, so. It's actually deep lying playmaker plus, which sucks because he's not going to be that great on the ball. If you need a cheap Prem CDM, then that's fine, but again, not really somebody most people are going to be looking at. Tiki and Pinged are great. Lean tall 6'3", interesting. Well, he'll be strong on the ball. Decently strong. Passing's kind of mid-high tier, but Tiki can get you out of anything. CDM deep lying playmaker. If I need a messy strong link at some point, he might do for cheap. Just kind of use him to test out some other players, that's fine, but he's not somebody I'd be looking to use in my FUT Champs team, of course. This guy, the pace is great. He's got 2 okay playstyles, the rest no. He's shorter, which means it's going to be just too much of a liability on corners, I think. Yeah, again, fine for links, but you're definitely sacrificing some other stuff with that card. We're not going to focus on these ones too long here. Where's Silva? Good accelerate, mid-tier body type. A little bit low on everything. Jockey anticipate fine. Tech okay on a right back. He's not the greatest dribbling. Probably also be a guardian and just accept that his passing's not going to be that great. Wingback plus actually could have some success with. I haven't used the plus with that yet, even though I'm using wingbacks. But basically only somebody you're looking at if you're using Liga there. This is Liga, right? No, it's League 2. Never mind. Well, all Brazil team only there then. Interesting. Another MLS player. Pace is good. Defending, not bad. Reactions and composure a little low. Physical's pretty good. He's lengthy only. He's 6'4". With aerial. But missing anticipate and intercept, so. Again, if you need MLS links, that's fine, but not somebody worth going out of your way to use. This guy looks solidly mid-tier. Going out of way to link him in there. He's low tier. There's a reason these cards all at the bottom here are cheaper. Who's he on? Extinct, surprisingly. Jockey Plus is good. Anticipate's good. The rest I don't care about. Stocky Medium is one of the worst body types. If you need the pace for a left back from the Bundesliga, then that's fine. Obviously, he might be one of the better French left backs in the game. But he's not replacing Rafa Guerreiro for me, so I'm not looking at this card either, even though Wingback Plus might be decent. That's that whole promo. Do we have any other new cards? Let's take a look. Simicon, I know somebody was excited in the chat about this one. Decently tall, but no aerial. Decent layout of playstyles here. Pinged, not bad for center back either. Composure and reactions lower. What was his body type? Average tall. Mid-tier. Physical's fine. Defending's a little low. While playing center back plus, I don't think it's too bad. Most people want to use defender. This one I've used. It's fine, but it's vulnerable once or twice. He's extinct. Oh, is this an objective? I think this was an objective card. Let's see on a shadow. Control lengthy. Good pace. Defending's kind of mid-tier. Just the really high stand tackle with anticipate minus. It's not bad. If you need the chem links, he's going to be fine. Otherwise, again, not somebody worth like going out of your way to use. These cards I don't think were worth. He's cheap. Shadow Striker, Tiki Tech, and these are all good play styles, but Explosive 5'3", what's his body type? His stats are too low to be actually interested, so you'd need an Evo for this card eventually. He's short and normal, so average to mid-tier or mid-tier to slightly good body type. But the dribbling's just so low to have any fun with him, I think. Even with explosive, these are going to be just hindered, or this is going to be too much of a hindrance even with a good accelerate type. He will go up to, if he wins, he gets 88 dribbling. Marksman 92, so it'd be 94, which is still kind of low for a cam. 92, 90, 93, 88. It's okay. If you want MLS or Argentina, he's worth doing for 10k. Like, this card is worth 10k. I'm not going to complete him unless I really think there'd be an Evo for him. This other guy, advanced forward ++, one of few who gets this roll ++. Press, stocky medium, no. Even with a good height, stocky medium means no on attackers for me, so this guy's just a complete no. He's very mid on everything, even if he gets the +2. Okay, let's take a look at Dribbling, because this card is interesting. It's a bit of a letdown for me, but I expected that considering it's a free card. No passing playstyle is a disappointment. Power minus is fine. You would hope for finesse, but oh well. No trickster, no press, which I wasn't expecting press, but I would love it. First touch is kind of a necessity. Tech plus is really good. He does have one of the better body types in the game. For skill moves, I'd at least say. I don't think he's the best, like, agility-wise, which is the same as Dybala for me. I think him and Dybala are kind of the same category. Skill moves are incredibly, incredibly consistent. He basically goes where you want with them every time, which you don't get from everybody. I don't get that with Musiala quite in the same way. I almost do, but not quite in the same. Joao with the unique body type is going to be, like, perfect with the skill moves. Dribbling is about where you want it. You could hope for a little bit higher. Shooting is high enough with power, but I don't use a formation with left wings right now, so if you do have a 4-3-3, inside forward ++ is going to be great. False 9+ is a bit of a letdown. If he had advanced forward, I'd probably be looking to get him in the team, but as it is right now, I don't really have a role, so he'd be on the bench. I'd give him a try up top just to see if his dribbling really makes up for having the missing attacking AI. But he's just missing a passing playstyle there, or slightly higher on the dribbling. Maybe he could get an Evo way down the line or something. You give him like +1s here or something, but bit of a letdown overall. I will definitely try this card out just to see if the dribbling makes up for it again, but was hoping for a little bit more. Well. Not sure if headphones breaking, but audio stopping here or there. Interesting. Has it been like that all stream, or has that been a recent issue? We love streamers with audio issues. It's weird it's fine for you. Interesting. You should be able to hear now. My OBS feed is telling me I've got audio, so that should be fine. It's absolutely fine for Patty though. I don't know. Just let me know if it's better now, because nothing on my end looks like it's bad, but opening the started sentence and then he lifts movement so no sound comes out. Let me watch my own stream. I'll be right back. Playstyle there, or Yeah, I can't notice any problem on my end. My stream seems, or my video seems just fine to me. I do get a lot quieter as I trail off in my sentences, it's just kind of how I talk, which is something I can work on as a streamer, as I'm getting used to this, but you can hear as the sentence started ending, I've started going down in my voice, I've gotten quieter. When I start my sentences, I'm normally a little bit more upbeat, I'm a little bit higher pitched, and I'm a little bit louder. So it might just be that as my sentences are ending, I'm not keeping the same volume level, but I'm starting to kind of trail off a little bit. I wonder if you just can't hear me down here. That might be on your end of just the audio not being loud enough for your device, but... It is just kind of how I normally talk, but I can try to keep my volume up a little bit higher by default. Yeah. My video has no problems to me. Charleston here, I think, is going to be just a sentimental value card. If you really like him, or if you're like you're using a full Brazil team or something. Dribbling, quite low for any strikers I'm looking at. Passing, you can get away with. I mean, I've got Schuler with less passing, but she makes up for it in other areas. Acrobat Plus, if you're trying to have fun, maybe in like, you probably have fun with this card in Rush with Acrobat Plus. But beyond that, Fell Attack fine, but I never do Acrobat stuff or Power Header. I don't use Rapid much. Flare, no. Average Medium, no. 6 foot, no. Controlled, no. 4-5 is decent. If he had Power Shot, that'd at least be nice. Power Shot minus, but no, we're nothing quite good enough there on that card for me. I know somebody had asked me about this Conseil Cow card? I forget the pronunciation of that character, but we'll call him Francisco. Maybe I should do my research and actually learn how this goes. How do you pronounce this guy's name? How does Inception pronounce it? Because you know Inception's going to get it right. That doesn't help. Yeah. Don't know if you did something, but now you hear everything. I tried to plug just my chords back in a little bit more. Maybe that helped it somehow. That's not the right guy. Can't say that makes sense. For some reason, I thought that C character was still a hard pronunciation, not like an S sound. That makes more sense though. Conceição, and that's easy enough to say. Okay, chat is informing me it's Conceição, which is a lot easier to pronounce than I thought. Lean short is good, although I thought he was short normal. Is he lean short? Interesting. So the two websites disagree. I don't know which body type he is, although I watched the Inception review on this card, and Inception said he dribbled kind of weird, which means I would assume he's short and normal. But they both disagree on which he actually is. Anyway, passing's really mid-tier. Right mid inside forward plus plus if you use right mids is going to be really effective. Might want to boost the attacking positioning and just do like a hawk or something and just accept his dribbling's not going to be that great. Try to get him in scoring opportunities and just go for all that. It's probably what most people do. I'd still do a few marksmen with him because he's already got decent agility and balance. You have to get these as high up as possible for me. Composure's a letdown. 82 positioning might be a bit low. Passing's all a letdown. Stamina is a little bit low for how much running my right mid tends to do. All explosive is great. 5-star skills is great. 5-6 is great. Body type I don't think was the right one according to Footbin at least. Question is which website is correct. If he was 50k, I'd probably do him and try him out, or do him just for an eventual evolution. But as it is, shooting a bit too low, missing a shooting playstyle, or at least Travella. Missing first touch, which is a bit let down, and no passing playstyles, which means not a card for me. I'm also just not using Serie A right now. Have there been any other cards out lately? I don't think there's been anybody I wanted to talk about. I was so disappointed about the last promo, but yeah, we're gonna hope they do some better things than giving everybody quick step. Anyway, that'll be the end of this. We'll get into our packs here, but hopefully this might have been pretty long. Actually, I'm gonna have to make these shorter in the future, but hey, we've got a nice little podcast type video for people to fall asleep to, maybe. Anyway, let's get into the pack opening here. Yeah, that was way longer than I thought it would be. So I'm going to have to, if I do this as a thing in the future, really make this shorter, but that's fine. Adiemi is a big letdown for me. I know he's just a... I know he's only an 84. I can't believe he's so expensive for an 84. Dribbling is solidly mid-tier. I don't use pace that much. I mean, if you use pace that much, then he's great, but I'm not somebody who needs pace a lot. Anyway, I know somebody asked about pack opening, so we've got it here finally. Hopefully they're still around. Do we have a 10 coin pack now? No. Alright, well the first two player picks here are from objectives, and then, I forget it's this animation now, this is going to take so long. Well, we'll do it for the first time I'm opening a player pick with this, but yeah, it's Frankie, that's not bad. Confirm, okay, but that's just such a long animation now. I know you can press triangle to skip it all, it's still so long. It takes forever. It's Donnarumma. I mean, I can't complain about the rating for those two. These two are tradable. I guess we'll do the reveals for these. Dybala, Riyad Mahrez, Joshua Kimmich, and Cole Palmer. So we'll take Paulo. Not of high value, but we'll do it. And towards the end here. Okay. How much is he? I can't imagine he's pricey. I mean, 200k, I can't complain about that. Wow, okay. EA has been very kind to me on these players. I've gotten, the last 3 weeks, I think have been Bonmati, who was 200k, Inform Salah, who sold for 880k, and now another 200k, so I cannot complain. That's a promo too. Not a good one, but... like, promos are so rare. I can't believe I got 2 of them here. Okay. Well, he's getting listed right away for, let's say, that price. No complaints to be found here. Could have been better, could have been way, way worse. So, thanks, EA. I'll have the loan here. I don't think there's really anybody I'm hoping for. That was kind of worse than you even expect. It's probably Benzema. Just for some future friendly event or something. Very nice indeed. I mean, the account's in such a good spot. The extra 200k. Is he advanced forward plus plus? He is advanced forward plus plus. That's interesting. Stamina low, playstyles trickster, no first touch. Muriel Travella power, no finesse. This card is formatted so weird now. $75.5. Okay, I guess I have to go clear out my duplicate storage thing. So any SBC right now? Another of those, that's worth it. It's not worth it, but we'll do it. Interested to know why I prefer DLP over holding. Back to club, please. That menu. Do we have... So the fun part about deploying roaming here, as I'm doing this setup with counter on and these players on attack, what I'm trying out at the moment, like this, you're basically getting as many runs out of players as possible, trying to get everybody just eventually getting into the box. These players will also get in the box, so I've actually got a front six attacking sometimes with these two supporting from out wide. Holding was really hard for me to build up with. Basically, like the wingbacks would move out here, but the holding players would stay so close to the center back that it was really easy to block off my access there. And if you block off any of the midfield, if these players don't come back to connect, then I basically had nothing to do with them. I was just stuck kind of recycling here and trying to go around to the wingbacks like that. Deploying playmaker means sometimes one of them will run forward as you're building up. And that might drag one of their defenders to follow and give you more space back here. So I find a lot more success in build up with it. Holding is a little more consistent, a little more predictable. You know where they're going to be, but they're just too far away from everybody. There's such a great distance there that I'm not really able to accomplish anything. So it's too easy to just kind of press them out of being able to do anything. Whereas at least with deep lying, they get closer. But then with roaming on, they're actually doing all this. So the 4-3-3, holding isn't as bad of an idea. So you get... like this kind of shape. If this player's on deep lying, they can push up a little bit too far and then make this too flat. You just get the flat line here. Because these players aren't great at making runs, especially if these are on inside forward, then they're already occupying the space. Where is this guy going to run to? They're bad at this year. This is my 4-3-3. I should have explained. We're like left wing, right wing. I was trying to explain the whole thing. I should have emphasized that beforehand. Maybe I should just do my tactics board. That's probably easier. Yeah, this makes more sense. That's totally fair. Yeah, I get I shouldn't just do lines with it either. It probably makes more sense if I draw a circle or something. But I'm bad at circles on the mouse. But no, you're right. With the If you have the 4-3-3 holding, if you've got deep lying playmaker, this player pushes up too much. Sometimes they'll even kind of get forward, which is not what you want at all. It's defensively vulnerable, but then you really need this pivot with distance between these players so that I've got somebody I can go back to. And what that does is encourage the defensive line to step from what would be this line to step here, which means anytime I play the ball around them, they've actually moved. Excuse me. Where did it go? Come on. Did I close it? I'm very confused now. It's not there. Anyway. Point being, if that line is too flat, then your build-up is significantly hampered. So in a single CDM setup, I think holding's probably better. In the 2 CDM setup, I need some attacking creativity from them. And with 2 of them, I don't need them both to be defensive, so. SBC will have party bag. The DLP and 4-3-3 holding? No. I would do deep lying playmaker if I had a better way to get the center mids forward, but because the center mids play pretty far back no matter what I do with them, then yeah. In the future, if the center mids are programmed to get further up the field, and I try that formation again, which I would love to try it again, but it doesn't work so well this year. It's still my ideal one, but it's just programmed wrong, is the shame. But no, yeah. A single CDM setup, I'd probably do holding. Double CDM setup, then deep lying makes sense. It's 83 rated. When my team Puteas both push on with Playmaker. I've used Playmaker there, and I didn't have that success, but maybe if they have the roll ++ for it, it's better. I don't know if I used Williams and Odegaard, who both have ++, so I'm not sure. It's still not anything like it was last year, which is a shame. The center mids were phenomenal for that formation previous year, but it's also the left wing and the right wing are so in the way of them this year, I think. Hi, Carlo. I got excited for a second, thinking it was 4,000 coins. Oh, that's an 86 too. Whoops. I was going to say Lautaro. It's Emilio. Emilio Martinez. And Frankie. What a mid-tier pack that is. Can we either use false back on both sides, which perhaps it could be. Sometimes it is that, so we'll nope. It could just be that the fullbacks pushing into that center mid space means the center mids have to get forward just to open up a gap for them to get into. That's my current working theory on it, at least, but it's still not great. Oh, I don't have an 85 here. Attacking AI is hard to understand this year. I wish... Patty, you're watching me now. If you watched me last year, I was flying with that game. I did not have fun with it all the time because, you know, it's this player base. I have a lot of swirl-offs. You know, you come up against so many players that are trying to play the game in as unfun a way as possible. But when I actually got the ball forward offense, oh, that game was fun. If I could make content on that one, or if I got popular last year making content, again, just flying that game. I really hope this game turns into something like that at the end. Or, yeah, hope this one turns into something like last year at the end when we all have multiple playstyle pluses and our ideal players and all that. But for now, it's a bit of a struggle. Not that I'm complaining about having the community, because it is the chatters and everyone that's keeping me going this year. Despite the game not being as fun, despite the game not being as fun, I'm having so much fun making content. I really enjoy having a community around me and being able to talk to you all. The entire point of the podcast is to encourage people to value fun. Sold. Yeah, I'm definitely interested. I cannot understand people who have like a stressful job, who have stressful family lives, whatever's going on in your life, and you hop on a video game and you play the video game for, how long does FUT Champs take? Maybe like 6 hours sometimes. You spend all that time on the game, and then you spend 10 minutes after that opening packs, knowing you're not going to get anything. And even if you got something, to hop back in the game that you hate playing, that you play in a way you don't like playing, that you're not having fun doing. Is that McAllister? It's not terrible. It's like at some point, why can I not connect to the servers? Like at some point you've got to get enjoyment out of all of it. You don't get enjoyment out of packs this year. There's nothing available for anyone. Nobody's happy with Evos. Nobody's happy with rushes right now with all the AFK. The SBC, like, grinders aren't happy. The objective grinders aren't happy. The gameplay players aren't happy. You've got to make your own fun out of this game somewhere. And for me, I do that by dribbling. It doesn't have to be dribbling for you. But I'm pretty sure for you, your fun isn't scoring corners. I have a lot of packs. These are the rivals ones. All at the end, okay. Especially when you're just going for rewards to get better players to do the same thing you're already doing. People keep asking me like why I have 4.1 million sitting there and I'm not buying anybody better. And I'm like, there's not that many players on the market that would let me do what I'm trying to do that much better right now. Yeah, the attacking is going to be better. The jam is going to be better, but does that mean prettier goals? Does that mean more fun? Not for me. It might for you, and that's fine. If you're getting actual enjoyment out of the game playing like that, that's perfectly fine, but yeah, this is only an 83 too, and it's a promo, and it's kind of broken. Did they forget to light the tunnel? This is only the MLS center back, but not complaining about a promo, but where are the lights? You can see him here at least. Is this intentional? No, surely we're supposed to see CB in the back better than that. Anyway, he's dancing too much for what that card is, but hey, maybe it'll get upgraded and we'll have a better SBC fodder player in the future. Again, I'm not trying to... it's full again. I'm not trying to degrade anybody for how they play or discourage them from what they're doing. If you are... Base hero upgrade. It's still not 88 plus or anything, or 87 plus. If you're somebody who's a fan of crossing, if you actually, like, again, get offline and think about the games you played and go, oh, I'm actually really happy with how that went, fine, you can do that. But you kind of get a sense of how much enjoyment your opponents are having by how they're playing sometimes. This episode was encouraging people to play in a completely different way. Next team's been in a slump. Challenged him to Evo a 6'7" striker and still score pretty goals. That's not a challenge I would have fun doing, but that might be a smart way to do it, because you get to think about the game in a different way. You have to look at your attacks different. You have to find different space. I don't know what types of players he normally uses, but at the very least, maybe it encourages you to it encourages you when you go back to your normal team to go, oh, these players might actually accomplish a little bit more for me. But that's a big thing about what I do about my channel, I think, is people are so used to, you know, I'm just going to attack. I'm going to get down the field. I'm going to be really direct. This is all the, like, you play any 4-4-2, and all this formation encourages you to do is get the ball with the center mid, have this guy go on a run, you just play long ball over or whatever. It's like that 4-3-2 one we had last year. Like that. Or kind of like that. It just funnels you forward. And once you get forward, there's not a lot of great opportunity to get back and recycle the ball and start working it around. So people are so used to just playing this, get down the field as fast as possible, that's it. I don't have fun doing this. I don't enjoy the goals I score doing that. I'm not even good at it because I haven't played like this at all. My eyes don't look here in the field when I'm building up. I'm looking here. Sure, I could be a lot better at this game if I just learned long balls. I don't care. None of my viewers are going to have fun watching me do that. Like, would I get rank 1? To get Davor Suker, who's an icon I would never use. Like, what's actually the big deal? Think about a header if Flickon can land, can also get people to see space. See, that I'm so bad at. Because my striker is 5'7", and I would never look to play a long ball to knock it down, but you can do the little knock-on headers, right? That's fine. I wouldn't have fun doing that, but if you can do the knock-on and then create something else pretty from it, that's fine, yeah. But there's a benefit if you're just doing the knock-ons instead of like spamming crosses by just doing this every time. Because you were talking about challenging him to score pretty goals, right? So that makes sense. This player is very limited, but what can I still accomplish with him? Maybe you go back to using your normal players and go, this player is limited in these certain ways, but what's another way I can generate space? Well, if the knock-on header actually like encouraged the center back to step to me, and then you just beat the center back like that, maybe you can do the same with a skill move with a more agile player. You just encourage that center back into you and then get the space the other way. Awful to watch when spammed, but nice to have that to mention as goal chasing late on. That makes sense. Who was the 6'7" player? I'm curious. Yeah, the point being, people are so used to just looking up field and spamming stuff, and I'm like, let's. Point of the channel is to try to slow the game down and find some fun in it. 84, 85, 86 for Bowie. Got the hero pack. What's the price of the hero pack? $86, $85. And the only ones I would want are Hazard and maybe actually only Hazard. Patty, for what it's worth, good luck getting me to do that because I play in my very specific style and I've played this way for like 11 years. So I don't think I'm going to try that kind of challenge, but I appreciate the idea behind it, yeah. I'm also not going through a slump like he was. Where's heroes? Ryan says no, Voller no, Pepe no, IU Calling body type, Ginola, no thanks. He's left mid plus plus, really? Is he inside forward? He's wide playmaker, of course he is. Yeah, at least they didn't give him striker. I'd use Di Natale. Is he false 9? False 9 plus plus, advanced plus. Futre would be fine if he can play anywhere that's not left wing. Striker, false 9. Wrong body type, but good dribbling stats make up for it. Cordoba, Torre, Di Roberto, left mid winger. Smaller Rick. Have a chat about AI amongst other things. Yeah. AI this year is so disappointing. I don't know if you were here when I talked about it the one time, but the idea of why I think the AI is bad this year, particularly out of center mids and wingers, these are the two worst coded positions for me, are... Last year, if you had the ball down the wing, the center mid would actually rotate to come support, because you need some ability to get over. So you'd actually have your pretty much whole team shift over if you're on the side of the field, and if you're under pressure, everybody would come to support, because you need some ability to get through it. But the center mid would come here, but sometimes they get here, sometimes my center mids would end up here. I've never seen a right center mid end up here this year. I've never seen them in the box like this. If you're down the wing with somebody like this, I've never seen them up here. They will always be like back here. The problem is the positions I need a center mid to take up on offense are like, you know, this kind of zone. They need to have the ability to get into any of this space. And the problem is they have the ability to get into, let's say, you can code them to be into this any of this space this year, but you have to select a role on them, which limits part of the space off. So if you do playmaker attack, they end up being kind of like this to me. They can get a little bit wider than some of the other roles, but they can't really get that far forward. At least I've never found them to have a way to get forward here. They don't get that far back either. So they're very stationary in just kind of this zone, which if you can recycle like this, that's fine, and then they can create from here. But they're performing one function out of center mid when I need like 4 other roles out of them. If you do box to box, it's flipped, so they don't get as wide as you want. They will get a little further forward, but they're so narrow that sometimes it's hard to connect with them. If you do playmaker roaming, then you get, I said like this before, if you do playmaker roaming, you might get maybe a little more space like this, but then they don't get as far forward for me anyway, so it's more kind of this circle here, you know? If you do, what's the other one? What is it? You do holding, obviously they'll just be back here. There's another one, right? Oh, and then half winger, which Bohemian actually had some success with half wingers, but then instead of this box, they're like this box, right? Which performs a function if you have somebody else occupying it, like it's fine, but I still would want them to free roam sometimes. I need flexibility. I need them to be able to decide based on the situation in the game where they need to get into support, rather than me being forced in the menu before the game to tell my player, you only have so many things you are supposed to do for me, and you're only going to fill this amount of them. Like, I want false 9 on my striker because I love the concept of my wingers being able to cut inside more because the space gets vacated. Especially this year, this run will never be made because somebody's already there. Like, they just don't do this. It's already occupied. So if they drop off, it's not occupied. They can make a run there. But the wingers only stay high, which means they never drop off, which means they really don't run, like, nobody makes this run. It has to be from deep, where they, like, kind of do this. And it's not a curved run, it's always, like, diagonal or, like, this way and then that way. But they're just too occupied by the rest of the defense to ever, like, run through this guy and get into that space instead. And the false nine, if they drop off, if they even get here, in the times where they're not programmed to just go out wide instead, if they get back here, they don't make the run again. Like, I used Neymar false nine for the last 5 months of last year, whatever it was, something like that. And he'd drop off. He'd also end up here. He'd also end up here. And then he'd get back in the box. You just, like, at some point you need your striker to be able to score. They can't just be deep lying support. They never make this run back here. There's a reason the 4-2-3-1 wide is working for me is, you're right, you said it. It's too rigid and formulaic, but the base programming of the rigidity for this at least makes sense. The center mid, when you have a center mid, you need that flexibility. You think, here's a good example. I would say Moussa Dembele, one of my favorite center mids back in his Tottenham days. He'd pick up the ball here and then he'd drive, but he'd end up in all kinds, like you'd see him out here. You'd see him in all over the place. He'd support the left back if, you know, Bale yeeted up the field or whatever. But the center mid needs to be a flexible position, and you can't make them flexible. The CDM is allowed to be somewhat of a linear position. They can just kind of be here. They don't necessarily need to cover as much space. This is technically more fun. And then deep lying roaming means they actually get here sometimes. Patty, I don't know if you saw the goal I had yesterday. I made a YouTube short on it. Can I zoom forward? No. Yes. This is Stanway, one of my CDMs. That's Alex Garcia on the other side. Look at Stanway, CDM. I don't tell her to make that run. My CDM's now almost getting an assist from in the box. And this is deep lying playmaker roaming on counter for the build-up. Look at her, she's up there. It's the closest I've had to, like, okay attacking AI. Or, like, creative, at least. And she's got deep lying playmaker ++, so it might just be the ++ role being that effective, but, like, look at her go. And it's either the runs from everybody else occupying the rest of the defense and creating space, or her just recognizing, for whatever reason, there is space now. But she goes, look. The Sissoko, I guess the user pulled Sissoko all the way out. Maybe that's what cues her to run forward. Look at this. I've got 5 attackers here. I've got 5 against the defensive block is 6. 5 of them. That's amazing. But I used to have 7. My 4-3-3 would have, you know, fullback. Other fullback doesn't get as far forward, but they'd be kind of up here. But then, like, have fullback, center mid, center forward. I had right wing here, left wing here sometimes. Like, sometimes I had that much flexibility. The left wing starts here and ends up over here. Like, I'd have like this sometimes. So, okay, you might say this is also... That's only 6 as opposed to the 5 I've got right now. But then CDM back here supporting and wing back on the others. And, like, there were times I had so many players actually, like, I scored with my fullbacks last year. You know how rarely I score with my fullbacks? Anyway. It's not what you'd expect from a 4-2-3. It's not. Yeah, they are. There was a little bit of flexibility as a surprise out of a CDM, but, like, I don't get that out of my center. Well, I never found a way to get that out of my center mids. Anyway. Then Bowie, he's very solid, just keep passing simple. Okay, we're not doing this. Goodbye. There's just so few SBCs I'm actually interested in. I'm sorry, chat. I need to decide one. I should probably just do the European. I know everybody else would, but where I go with Bowie? He said Bowie, he's solid. Just keep passing simple. At least defensively, he's pretty solid. I would miss anticipate plus or anticipate minus, which I've got with Kimmich, but passing solo. I wonder if wingback plus would be better than, or would be a big noticeable difference over. And we'll start him. I've still got packs open. This stream has gone so long and I haven't even played a game. Yep. FC Bayern. I forgot about that. What time do Dortmund play tomorrow? At 9:30 a.m. Do you think anybody would be interested in a watch along? Just kind of stream and talk about how they're playing. I'll be very curious what personnel we have back and who we decide to go with. Hello, Geo. Goodbye, Geo. That's a walkout. Hello, Hegerberg. $83.5. It's another walkout. German center back, the league. Oh, it's Rudiger. First time I packed him all year. And so many duplicates. Alright, we've got an 84-4 here. That's a team of the week, I think. Goalkeeper. Yeah, I have no idea who this is. Washington Spirit. This is 86 Kingsbury. It's a promo card, theoretically. I guess I can't complain too much about that. Back to SBCs we go. he is so far away. France, 83. I don't know why I started doing 82s. Not center backs. 83. One left. Well, thankfully my club's pretty stacked. If that's all 86 and 85s here. 84s finally. Club's pretty stacked when oh, do we have a way to? No, that's only on the companion app now, I guess. Companion app lets you limit your rating range you want to search for, I think. So I could actually search for max 82, but not anymore. Or not on the console, as far as I know. Alright, back to packs. One player pack, that's exciting. Or a 2-player pack, was it? I don't know. There's Felix. Stay hydrated, chat. I always forget to while I'm streaming. Hello, Jan. It's 2 Dortmund packs in a row. I really hope Jan quoted as well for us, because his purchase made more sense when Sahin was trying a 3-back with him as a wing-back. Or actually, he wasn't able to play in that system because he was injured, so we never got to see him do that. Lavelle. 81, I don't care about. I think he's a little bit limited as a right back and a back four. Okay, next Bowie squad. '84 and Bundesliga. Bye, Sehu. Forgot about Angelino. He's on Roma now, huh? Never heard of this guy. Bayindir? Yeah, Stones. Could be worse. I didn't realize how many objective packs I had. Wow. Alright, 82-3. Nope. $75-7. What a strange set of numbers. Oh dear. Hello, everybody. Goodbye, everybody. Have any upgrades? Like, player picks or something? Or is that 77 player pick gone now? Seems like it might be gone. Yep, okay. Has anybody started their weekend league yet? I'm curious to see if it's going to be more of a struggle this weekend than normal with people trying to get Felix. I'm hoping it goes well. I've had some really good days in the 4-2-3-1 wide, and I had my best weekend last weekend with it, but I'm doing a bit of a different tactical setup with it. It's a little more defensively a struggle, I think. I think on some level I need to just accept that I can't score with every attack this game, as frustrating as that is. And just go, sometimes I need to rotate it wide to the fullback and just kind of let my players almost break down from their high up the field positioning and then just rebuild again. Because with the CDMs committing forward sometimes, it's great, but then they'll also crowd out everybody else and let the opponent get too compact, and there's nothing to do then. I wonder what point for a promo like this should I just save packs for Team of the Year at this point? Because again, there's basically nobody from FC Pro that would go into my team. $82.5. It's an inform, I think. English right back. I don't know who this is. Bronze? Pop and bronze. Can't complain. Can't believe that they don't give 86 rated Team of the Week's actual playstyle pluses, but we move. Alright, we'll start with the Mega Pack for Rivals Rewards. This is obviously going to be nothing because Mega Packs are the worst packs in the game. Yeah, nothing. Alright. Oops. What do they do? I just applied some stadium item without meaning to. Hold on. I have no idea. Oh, stadium theme, stat to run. Can I unequip a stadium theme? I don't know what I had on before. Why is a non-rare stadium theme 240 coins? Anyway. Back to packs. Alright, 75, 75. Let's do this one. No promo, no walkout. Oh my word. Oh, thanks, Elite Division Rivals. Well done, EA. That's a big letdown. Also, there's now 41 untradables here. I can't be bothered. $75.50. You literally can't do worse. It's a walkout. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's Odegaard. Anyone else? I'm gonna guess no, but... Oh. You know what? Fine, I guess. This one's tradable, so he's going right on the transfer market, but hey, there's another 150k, I think. Yeah, 150 spot on. Yeah, I'm not using him. He's gone, but... I'm glad there was some... Well... Okay, I got CR7 as the inform from the one player pick, so I really can't complain either way. But then an extra 150 on top of that, that's like 300k right there. And then discard value here with some okay players. Gonna have to open up room on my transfer list, but I think we made maybe 350, 400k from Rivals Rewards on top of the 75k. So 425k maybe. That's not too bad. CR7 still selling? Yeah. No, whatever. Go back to... Okay. And we'll have another RTTK, or what is this, party backpack. It's always been the blue flare. It's always been the RTTKs, and it's always been nothing for me. And this is, I guess that's Havertz, who could get upgraded, but I'm not looking to use him. Oh, he's 89. That's higher rated than I thought, but he's 6'2" with the wrong body type. Striker, advance forward, chip, Travella, aerial, first and tech. Is he 5'4"? It's 4'4". Oh, he's 6'4". He's taller than I thought. I just... Has he already been upgraded, or is he still getting more? I imagine he's already gotten some. I know this is a pricey card. I know I should be happy about that, but I can't use a 6'4 striker. I'm sorry. So he's not getting in my team. Can't complain, but also I will complain because it's me and I won't use him. He can be half winger. Interesting. Bohemian, you want him because he's German? I'll give him to you. It's so random. If I could sell him, I'd be happy, but no. He probably does get decent chem with me. Am I on the right setting here? Yep. Alright. Do the Champs Qualifier games count as games towards Draft Elite? I'm curious. I'm gonna imagine not, but I'm never quite sure with EA. Alright. I feel like I haven't played in a while, despite having played yesterday. It's a strange feeling. Oh, that's way too much space. Nope, he turns wrong. Shame. Good. Yeah, Mullen's fast. Oh. That's not the skill move I requested. What a tackle, Stanway. Anyway, focus. Good. That was not focus. There we go, Gregor. Anyway, on to bigger and better attacks for me. Come on. That's so much space. That's the wrong player. Good, Rafa. Wrong player. Also wrong player. That's interesting. Good turn, Milo. Nice. We'll take that as a first goal. So yeah, all I gotta do is hold the ball with the CDMs and I do better. Come on. That's probably the key for me this weekend is proper CDM and fullback usage. not in that case. I'm vastly outnumbered here. What a cross. What a save. Stanway. Oh, what a clear. Alright. That got through. I'm surprised. That missed. I'm surprised. I'm really not playing well. Come on, wake up. Wrong player. Good ta. Just offside at the end, I think. No. But those I'm really bad at this year. I'm gonna just kind of shoot it right at the keeper. Don't fall back like that, please. Good Kimmich. No, wrong guy. It's too direct again. Come on. Now this opponent's done. Very unsuccessful for that for me. We're going to go back to short passing, but try the same deep lying roaming. And they're gone. Some objective completed. Has anybody done any of their champs games yet? I'm so curious. Yep. Nice Schuler. And 99 finishing. Too powerful. Good little turn there, though. Little L to R2. Good. Garcia. Aw. How's that falling back like that, game? Thank you. Yeah, a little too direct from me. That's where I really struggle, is when I get just too committed in the center there. I've got to find something to get some creativity in. Good, Milo. It's just a heavy first touch, though. What is happening? Jamal. Yeah. Don't bounce back, game. No, come on. I could have had so many of those. There we go. Good. There's Jamal. Wrong player, but it's fine. Oh, close down too much. Should be Carvalho's. Wrong player. It works though. Come on. That's mine. Good, Kimmich. Keep that run going. Come on, Malin. That was strange. Yeah, I won't have the passing for that. Rest was good. Good, Stanway. Interesting. Not quite the right spacing for that. No, what a save. Come on. Did so well with the rest of it. Joshua, no, Schuler, because the goalie was on the ground from the previous shot. They got blocked and fell right back there, man. Ah, video game. Interesting. What a pass that was, though. Thank you, Gregor. No, game. Down. Yeah, they were so separated there. Just had to dribble back, but didn't feel confident that the dribble would be successful. See, it's Garcia in space there. Good. There's the movement. Wrong version of the skill move, though. Wow, Musiala. Wrong version of the skill move. What's going on? What a finish, though. That was supposed to be a La Croqueta. Lucky. Bro, this game is nonsense. I'm sorry, opponent. You can't stop Jamal. He was too effective there, but getting the feeling the YouTube chat comments aren't getting through to me. Okay, well I see the message on Discord. I thought everyone just stopped talking, but does refreshing it help? Ooh, I missed. Okay. Must confess a friend. Okay, I'm the 12 comments back here. Give me a moment. Okay. Actually, we'll get through the rest of this game, and I'll commit to reading the rest of the comments, but we'll get through slow here. Must confess, friend recommended channel. Took a while to get around to it. Said you were into tactics, just assumed to be another really basic. I'm not into like custom tactics, as in like reviewing pros or whatever. Yeah, it's just I'm very philosophized. I need my right players with the right stats, with the right body types, because I need my dribble. You should see the dribbling I'm trying to do this game. Musiala is not even the right one for some of the dribbling stuff. He's the right one for skill moves, but Milo is better with his L2R2. So is Malin, surprisingly. Malin's L2R2 has been really, really effective. I never would have thought. I'm principled. I have to play the game in a certain way. It's what I'm good at. When I try not to play this way, I tried once last year and I failed miserably and I didn't have fun. So we're done with that kind of experiment. Aww. It works. 3-star skill move Elasco. Body feint? Kim, that was so pretty. Don't foul me there. It's a red. It's not like you can do skill runs with... Like, that's as pretty of a skill run as you can do with a 3-star, you know? Anyway. They're talking about the WM. Oh. Yeah. I want to get more into, like, actual football analytical stuff, but I know a couple things. Just your basic watching, you know, YouTube analytic stuff, but my goal isn't to recreate the WM because it's the WM, but it's just triangles everywhere around the field, and that's what's important to me. How come you're a Dortmund fan? So the story goes, I had a difficult medical thing. I was in the hospital for a time. I won't go deeper into it than that, but I've always just been a bit of a weirdo, maybe, because I'm a bit of a nerd, and I like going against the grain. I don't like bandwagoning necessarily. Not in the... I'll do it occasionally when something's like really exciting and worth it, but I don't like picking the thing that's already really exciting and just following it. So like, I've always disliked Real Madrid on principle because they're the big team and because they already have success by default. It's like, seeing them succeed doesn't... If Real Madrid succeeds, then their fans get like this small little... It's not small, but they get joy from it. But the joy that a underdog would get is just a larger amount. Like when Leicester goes on and wins the Premier League, it's just everybody's raucous about it, as opposed to like, well, Madrid won again, right? So I tend to root against the big players by default. I watch them a lot. It's not like I watch, you know, the bottom relegation candidates for every team or for every league or anything. I follow the top teams because it's easier and they have the players to mess with their tactics more and all of that. But I watch them because it's more exciting and it's easier to follow, but I don't necessarily watch them to root for them all the time. So that hospital story being that on the hospital TV was Dortmund's 4-0 win against Madrid when Lewandowski gets a hat-trick. Or no, he gets 4 goals, and some of the most exciting football I'd watched as a kid. I didn't know enough about football to know what Jurgen Klopp was or what he meant to the city or to the team or anything, what he means to all of world football now. And I didn't follow because it was Klopp. I just kind of saw this really exciting not necessarily possession-based team, but kind of tiki-taka your way into the, not tiki-taka, but 1-2s your way into the box, a lot of give and goes, a lot of really highly technical players with good pace, good dribbling, little layoffs, you know, as we just kind of pass our way into the box. 4-0, but it's hard right now for champs. Also kind of tired. Yeah, that's fair. It's smart to stop if you're not feeling up to doing the whole session. Why is the quality low in 1080p? It's not sharp. I have no comment on that. It should be 1080p. Gammon. Sometimes 2 speed. Oops. Well, it's grainy when I watch it here, but is it grainy for anyone else, or is this just a... Is my video quality just lower because I'm live? I like having those types of center mids. It's because I'm at the max bitrate though. Or I'm at the highest bitrate YouTube says it's supposed to. 20k is the max. Performance and input lag. I've tried streaming at a higher bitrate and YouTube told me you're too high though. So I can try to bump it up. Where is... I'm at 7,000 bitrate right now. We'll try... Let's try 20k. Let's see if YouTube yells at me for being too high again. Can you... Only Champs Finals... Okay. Only Champs Finals count for... What's his name? Felix? 2 hours of labs, qualies, thinking about going into the weekend league. Feel like hackers will be high because of Felix. I wonder if today's... Or I wonder if this weekend's the weekend you should play on Sunday. Oh, I have to restart the stream? Really? I do, don't I? Okay. No, we will try with higher bitrate, but maybe not this stream. I don't know if I'm planning on doing actual weekend league today or if that'll be tomorrow. Are you an actual goalie? Not anymore. I was. When I played in high school, I was a goalkeeper, yeah. But I don't play at the moment. Maybe video encoding. What's my encoding setting? It's H.264. It's the NVENC thing. It should be fine. Inverting the pyramid, I've heard it be recommended. I've not read it myself. History of football tactics, think you'd enjoy it. The history of soccer tactics, Jonathan Wilson. Something like this could be nice to just kickstart it, so I've got a better tactical ability to emphasize kind of what I'm talking about, yeah. It should be published in the States. I'd be annoyed if we didn't get soccer books here. I read a book from Mancini, I think. Or part of one at least, not the whole thing. It's not a footballing life though. That's not it. Is it somebody else? Anyway, it wasn't too much on like football tactics, it was more on It was partially breaking down the game, but it was a lot of like what we accomplished in training as well and how to get into the right mindset. Oh yeah, I did get lucky with that. But then 3-star elastico into a fake shot into a body feint. This touch, this cut, you'll see me do a lot. Like this heavier left stick touch into an immediate body feint out of it. This one can be really, like, look at that. This one can be really effective. Zoop. Anyway, I was cooking that game. These are the premise that WM was first formation introduced. Turn at the 20th. Interesting. I heard that the false 9 was kind of originally used in the, I want to say 20s. I don't know if that's correct, but yeah, it used to exist for the Hungarian national team. Like they kind of originally used the false 9, but it didn't really come back until the Cruyffian era. Or it didn't get more popularized throughout the rest of Europe until then. Try counter again. That'd definitely be interesting though. See the history of all of it. It's a little bit more in depth than just teams used 4-4-2 until they stopped using 4-4-2. Absolutely correct. Hungarian national team, baby. Let's go. Not that I can name a single player from that team, but speaking of teams, I love not being able to see my opponents. I can't believe this is a glitch in the game still. Like, that can't be hard to fix, right? They've got more important things to fix, don't get me wrong, but seriously. Oh, game, come on. Good, Stanway. Oh, there was the run from the low, but I can't turn with her and make that pass. Passing's too low. It's lucky. Yeah, I tried to fake shot out of it because they came over to block it sooner than I thought they would. How do I not get that game? Run to cover with my cam because the CDMs are out of position. Thank you, Ta. Back. It's a good round, actually. That tackle is ridiculous. He just moved his legs so far out, man. Go, Mullen. Yeah. Oh, that's right behind me. Smart from the opponent. I wanted to encourage them into the center and they didn't take it, which was, again, smart. I wanted to, or I'd have had them covered eventually. They did not take the bait. Good, Stanway. Maybe. Oh, but it's intercept plus Veron. Never mind. Maybe. Good first touch. It's a little bit lucky, but again, incredible first touch there. Actually, they countered to the WM because it left the defenders. That makes sense. That's the whole idea of the false 9 was if the CDMs pick him up, then that opens up space for the midfielders, and if the center backs pick him up, then they pull out of shape. That's the whole thing I'm trying to do. That's like my whole tactical idea is I'm perfectly fine with playing slower and allowing my opponent to get back into shape because I'm really good at just breaking you out of it. So eventually here, well, they move their center mid too far out. Now there's a little pocket behind them. Same idea, I'll go up, because it's gonna open up the space back behind you. Now I'm pulling your fullback out of shape. Oh, there's space behind your fullback. Pulling your center back out. Who's making the run? Daniel there. Go up, because it opens up the space down here. It's the whole concept. It's really simple, but... really effective. I mean, you saw that whole move was me making that first touch in the direction I didn't actually want to end up going. Pulling the opponent with me that direction, just cutting it back behind you. That's it. Really simple. If you just think about it in that regard, it's just... same thing there. They move up to guard the other guy because it looked like Malin was on a dangerous run. I finished that all wrong, but... that one was spammy. I just resorted to using skill move and hoped it would work, which is not what I'm trying to do. But sometimes my focus drop. That's the biggest downside of playing like this, is if your focus drops, then it is hard to keep it up because you start just... like, you have to keep your eyes so mobile across the whole field. That's a foul. It's not a foul. How's that not a foul? Good, Milo. No, how's that? Okay, that better be a foul. Very nice, yeah. It's the whole concept. When you break it down like that, it doesn't sound that complicated, but... no, do a drag back. Now do a drag back. Oh, Schuler. That's a shot cancel. Let's go. You'll probably never get a character arc? What do you mean? Like a just character growth? Haz, thank you so much for teaching me how to dribble. You're welcome. Glad it helps. This is how I do it. So I you know, I'm confident that it works, but it is so nice to get so much feedback on like, oh, this stuff actually works for a lot of other people too. It's not just a me thing. And I was sure it would be, but you know, there's a chance I make the YouTube videos and I just say it in a way that confuses people instead. There's some Schuler there. If you want proof of concept of shot cancels, which I had in the recent dribbling tutorial. There we go. Goodbye. Obviously, quick step helps her explode past it, but the fact that she gets 2 touches in such a short time span here, it's not the first, it's the 1 to 2. That is so important. Bop, bop. And then even the third's quick, and she keeps her balance really well with it. Not balance off there at all, pretty much. L2R2 with Malo. That's why I was so excited when that Malo came out, and there was what's it called? There was an Evo form. Yeah, he's really good at it. I do recommend a marksman if you haven't, because it gets his dribbling up to like 97, 98 rated. Yeah, agility is really important for L2R2. But because I do like cards that start with these stats being so high, because it means the marksman you can be allowed to just focus on those 2 with the marksman. His passing is actually surprisingly high with the passing plus playstyle. But yeah, it's great. Yeah, my YouTube thing's telling me the stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended bitrate. Does it look better? Can't really say it looks that much better, huh? Maybe I would just have to restart the stream, but... what is it that makes Schuler stand out for you? Correct body type. Vest says maybe, yeah. Looks crisp, okay. Schuler has one of the... okay. She has the 3rd best body type in the game. So the order of Yeah, order of operations for body types is unique, short and lean, average and lean. So she's got the third best. She has a finisher on, which gives her, it's only 94 dribbling. These are all at least 90 or higher. Ball control is a little lower than you might want. Balance could be higher, it's pretty much fine. But it's the right body type. Right body type, being only 5'8", being explosive, or mostly explosive, and press proven minus. Can't really tell, but you guess, so. Yeah, I can't really tell either. I mean, it's on 20k right now, which should be really high. Oops. So, I mean, my ideal card is Neymar. His unique body type is the best, no question. Trickster Plus was the best dribbling playstyle last year. It does not seem to be this year. The L1 dribbling doesn't seem that good at all. Footman lock's a lot clearer, and that's good. I think press proven is more important than Trickster Plus this year. So nice to have at least press proven minus. She's one of few players in the game with it and with the right body type, because press proven is normally given to the taller, bulkier players. That's what's nice about Milo. He's also average and lean, so that's, again, third best body type. 5'9". He's fully explosive. So I always want, like, first thing I look at is body type. Anytime I look at a dribbler, it's always body type. And then it's accelerate style. You want to make sure they're explosive or mostly explosive. Mullen's on controlled, I think, and Mullen's actually doing really well for me. But he's limiting. It's not like he can escape every situation, so he gets past his opponents really effectively because he's fast, but it's not like he escapes everything perfectly. Whereas Milo is like, doesn't always blow past anybody, but just holds holds onto the ball so well. I do find first touch really important. First touch is one of the most important playstyles in the game. First touch plus does not matter, but first touch base is really important. Every card is going to have a trade-off, though. Like, Schuler also doesn't have finesse, which I would love if she did. Doesn't have Travella. But any card I use... You just kind of have to make sure you're passing the ball to her in a little bit more space. You can't have somebody right on her as soon as that first touch is taken. After that touch, it's fine, but if we go through... Let's look at every advanced forward. Somebody with decent dribbling that I would actually consider using. I think these are only plus players. Give me the roll, just the single roll plus. There we go. I don't know if there's anyone I really want to compare her to. Di Natale. Like, finesse plus is phenomenal. He doesn't even have first touch. But now press proven. He's got the right body. Well, he's actually got a worse body type than Schuler. Wrong example. We could just do Vinny. First touch, but now press proven. It is the opposite problem. Like, he'll hold on to the ball more off of that first touch, but he'll save you in less situations. No matter what I do is like an up and down. She's got the wrong body type. She was It's not. Oh, this card? Does she have an Evo? She has Press Proven Plus with the right body type. Dribbling layout would just be really low. Other playstyles, mediocre. If she gets a card in the future, then yeah, she'd be interesting. But for now, just a little bit too low in too many categories. Not tempted by Neymar promo, so I don't like spending money because I will lose coins no matter what. Neymar promo is not going to get me like better rewards by default, and I'm just going to lose coins on him in the transfer market. People keep going or people keep yelling at me. Not yelling. Like, oh, you've got so many coins up there. You could just have more fun with other players. And for me, I don't know if other players would be more fun. The thing about Neymar, aside from losing money in the transfer market from him, is it's such a small difference. 2, 3, 2, 1. His dribbling, you're not going to notice a difference. And I haven't used Neymar in full chem yet this year. So the difference from no chem Neymar up to full chem, or like 1 chem Neymar up to full chem Neymar would be about as big as 1 chem normal Neymar to 1 chem rush Neymar, if that makes sense. If this card had press proven, or maybe at least just finesse, or one additional thing about it, then sure. But it is such a small difference between the two, I don't even think I'd notice. Are the dribbling playstyles redundant, or are they all beneficial? Flare should not be a dribbling playstyle. This is only flare passes and shots, so it has nothing to do with any skill move, anything. First touch, obviously only on first touches. It means the ball keeps a little bit closer to you, and you can take your next touch after it a little bit quicker. Press proven means the ball stays closer to your foot, you get slightly tighter turns, and L2 shielding is better. This is the best dribbling playstyle in the game for me. Rapid is just while sprinting. Tech is just R1. Trickster is, if it's Trickster Plus, it's L1 and then the right stick flicking the ball in the air skill moves. Are they all beneficial? I barely use Rapid. If you do a lot of counterattacks, Rapid is useful. It's not useful for me because I barely sprint. Tech can be useful. I use it a couple times per game. It is not a priority to me, but it is nice to have. Trickster will escape you from 1 or 2 situations. It gives you better fake shots. And with the plus, the L1 is slightly better, but I'm preferring L2, R2 this year anyway. Flare doesn't matter. First touch is nice. You can get away without it, but it is very convenient and nice to have. So I wouldn't say they're all beneficial. They all do different things. I don't care about Rapid or Flare at all. Well, Flare is nice to have, but if you have Tiki Taka, then I don't care about Flare because I never do Flare shots. It's just like back heels, and Tiki Taka lets you do back heels anyway. Like you has you look at the game different. I feel sometimes like people are getting upset because I'm refusing to use other cards or I play the game so particularly, and I have to remember that you're just asking questions because I'm very particular and I'm very strange and I'm different, and you're allowed to ask questions about that. I'm glad you like it though. I need to get over my anxiety of people are asking questions, that means I'm doing something wrong. Sawa has the... She press proven minus? She is. Sawa is short and lean, which is the second best body type in the game, second only to unique body types. Press proven minus is good, first touch is nice to have, incisive good, relentless, fine, quick step, fine. We'll like another defensive one. Maybe a ticky or pings, but you can get away with just incisive. Stat layout. I would give her a Guardian. Should be explosive, that one. Guardian's the best dribbling playstyle in the game if you don't know. It's the only one that gives 4 separate dribbling stat upgrades. Every other one just says minimum 3. The thing about a player like this is when they're shorter, they're great at holding onto the ball, but they're bad at beating players. So she will be absolutely phenomenal at turning away from people. She will be phenomenal at like receiving the ball and just adjusting side from side. She's great at that, no question. When you do the skill moves with her, because she's shorter, the skill move doesn't travel as far of a distance, and it doesn't get as far past somebody. Ultimate question, her stats are more important than playstyles. That's too hard to answer. Like, press proven... Generally, playstyles... How do I answer that? Playstyles let you do things that stats don't. For all of the like phenomenal dribbling that Milo has, he would be better with press proven. He would be able to just escape even more situations, no matter how high his dribbling stats are. That said, I like Milo's, particularly because the chem style is so well formatted for him. It's like a perfect chem style. That's exactly what he needs. I like Milo's dribbling here better than Alvarez's press proven. Dribbling stats are well-rounded and low, whereas Milo's stats are, like, some of them are really high, which makes it really easy to just boost the other ones. But so despite press proven being the best playstyle in the game for dribbling, Milo is a better dribbler than Alvarez here. But Alvarez is a better dribbler than, say, Rafinha. Now, Alvarez has a worse body type than both Rafinha and Milo, so Alvarez has a bit of a downside. But as a base way to say it, the playstyle will make up for stats some amount. So with Press Proven Plus, let's say this stat's more like an 89. And then you put the chem style on top of him, and then he gets like 94 dribbling. Well, Milo gets 97 dribbling. So Milo, even without Press Proven, better overall. Alvarez can do additional things. There will be some situations he can escape from that Milo can't. Milo has a wider range of situations he's better in. So even the dribbling stat being so far apart, Alvarez has a benefit Milo can never have. But it's all situational. There are ways that I use a player like Schuler with Press Proven Minus that I would never use Musiala. There are ways I use Musiala I wouldn't use Milo. There are ways I use Malin that's different from all of them. You have to use each of them particularly to their stats and their playstyle. Fascinating, you're the exact opposite of a friend of yours who calls himself Mr. Brexit Ball. Oh no. Sean Dyche, or Deitch. What's the style of playing illness? Why does he do that then? Tried so many times to get him to play. Does he have fun doing it? Or is he just like, he can't pick his head up and say anything else? The king is correct on smaller Ek having the wrong body type. The question is how Press Proven would fix the wrong body type. But average and stocky is one of the worst ones in the game. Anything stocky is a no. Press Proven will help with some of that, and you can give him a... I think I'd give him a... Dear Marksman. That'd be the biggest boost overall. So he ends up with really good dribbling stats, with the right play style, and first touch. But the body type ruins it for me. If he was average and normal, I'd consider trying him. If he was average and lean, he'd be perfect. Or short and lean. Or short and normal, he'd be okay. If he was unique, it'd be great. Like, 5'7", right? Controlled, fine. I could try him mostly explosive, but I feel like... maybe you just say screw to the ball control and that Press Proven fix that and do finisher, put him mostly explosive because this would be better. Right playstyle, right explosive type, right height, body type ruins it. Foden is like 4th best dribbler in the game for me. For me, it's Messi and Neymar flip-flop between 1 and 2, depending on what kind of card they have. Last year, Messi only had 1 card with press proven minus, and I didn't like any of Messi's cards last year. But playstyles aside, if we didn't have playstyles, it'd be Messi and Neymar at the top, no question. Then it'd be Dino, then it'd be Foden. Normally Foden's up there with me, or up there for me. It's kind of followed by Gabriel Jesus sometimes, if he has the right card. And then Royce and Dybala are both good up there. He hates somebody's played that way for over 10 years. Gets quite upset about it. What, he's like, I put in another cross. I'm mad about it. It's interesting. I mean, I'm similar. I'm just the other way around. So I can only play this way. I would lose my mind if I tried to do anything else. But it works for me. I have fun. I enjoy this. I like doing my dribbling. What can I say? I feel like that one should go. I don't think I liked false back. Do I want? No, that one can go. Which means I just have the 2. This one is counter. And then we duplicate. This one has to get renamed. This is as counter wing back, that's correct. This is, how am I naming these? 2, 3, 1, 2. And then this one becomes short passing. No. Oh, just mess everything up. Reset? Cool. Okay, thanks, EA. At least they let me undo that accidental change. I'm going to activate that because we're going to do short passing for this one again. Very interesting takes. This is who I am. I have to... Again, maybe at some point this year I'll use a team of players I don't like. You will watch me lose my mind. I don't get outwardly upset. I get very inwardly upset. I start going... I'll lose it, but I probably won't rage. I'll just get really upset at myself because I'll be using like a truck up top who I can't do anything with. Yep. First FC for many years. Is there still going to be a Dino SBC? Who knows? They try to, for the most part, they try to change up which player like that gets an SBC. So it can happen. It has happened, but it's not necessarily likely that we get the same icon 2 years in a row. They could give us a different one. So instead of the base Dino, we could get just Interesting. Give me that. We could get like a promo card Dino later, but she just stands there. Interesting. That's too spammy. It's fine. Cut you off from everything else. Aw. That was a good turn down. Good. Oh, he stopped his run. Come on, Kimmich. Oh, almost. Give me that. Come on, Joshua. He doesn't even contest it. That's frustrating. Good, Jonathan. Go, Stanway. That animation was strange. It's fine. Nice. It really is the wingbacks I never use in this formation, huh? Maybe false back really should be something I give a serious try to. Aw, that's lucky. That's very lucky. These guys on max depth have fun. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. And they paused. GL. They're gone because it's a red, wasn't it? Just asking because you don't know if you just save up your high-rated fodder cards. I tend to, because the players at this point in the game don't last in your team very long. They're releasing so many promos that they're always going to get replaced soon. I want to put out a video on just, I don't want to do a rant video, but I'll do like a discussion video in the next couple days, I think, of just why I think this game's gone in the wrong direction. But anyway, that's just, we have such high-rated teams right now that it's hard to really give us too many cards that are good right now, or too many cards that are going to replace who we have. Because then the power curve is going to get too high, and they have to give us really high-rated cards later on. So I think it'll be a while until they give us, you know, like a really high-quality icon SBCs. Or just SBCs in general. We've had really low-quality ones. Why did they leave? It was just a yellow. The answer to doing better in that one is use my wingbacks more, but they're so disconnected from everything else. Excuse me. I know that's there is a question of how long do you wait to save them up, because it will be a while until we get, yeah, first touch lets them down, until we get anything really that exciting in SPCs, I think. Good, Garcia. It's a great ball. Is it heavy because this is his first touch? Beautiful shoe layer. That's such an underutilized skill, I think. Front-facing direction on that MIG. That's so greedy from me. I don't need to try to play that quickly. That's fine. Lowe's in so much space. That's kind of lucky. Ah, he moves behind the player at the end there. That's lucky. What a tackle. That's so lucky again. It does the glitch where it doesn't switch to the player I passed to. Damn. Thank you. Wrong player. Of course it goes to the offside one. Here's the downside of the way I play, right? When you're so direct, like everybody else is, just going for over the tops and all that, you get your attack off so quickly. And if you do generate space, you get a lot of space. For me, with what I'm doing, like when you're direct like this, if I get in behind, I'm just free, right? But you saw on the move before that, whereas as I'm spending so much time trying to work my way through the defense. Like, it takes so long to build your attacks. I like doing it, like I have fun doing it, but and you gotta keep your concentration, you gotta try so many things, open so many gaps. Nice. Oh, I'm in low, let me down. I know you're going back that way, that's fine. That works. You can go Malin. Yep. Remember what I talked about body feints? Same move, little touchdown. The same body feint, man. Nice, Daniel. Oh, that was so close. I can't believe that wasn't a foul. Good, Carvalho. Nice little moves with Ta. Send Malin on the run. Quick step is ridiculous. I can't believe that almost worked. Yeah, a little heavy coming out of the skill move. That's fair. Dangerous here. I'll happily send with the fullback. I'd rather you have space out wide than in the center. I have anticipate plus there, game. And I had possession of the ball and then I run him over. That doesn't make any sense. Strange. Heavy first touch. Good, Stanway. Stanway's really quite good. Ping pass gets you out of so many situations. Look at that. Can't believe that registered as a scoop turn. The 4-star skiller. Give me that. Good, Carvalho. It's a little L2 R2. It works for him. It works for him a second time, and I messed the finish up. Man. How am I not scoring that? Good, Stanway. Saves me there. We'll go for one. That's interesting. It's a little spammy, but just kind of guessing and hoping the situation's gonna end up a certain way and it doesn't. Good. Got me out of that one, Musiala. Damn. Good, Stanway. That's poor for me. I get lucky. Come on, Schuler. Nope. Marquinhos saved you there. Ooh. What is happening, man? Oh, man. So close. It took too long. That's my fault. There goes the sprinting. What is that turnaround pass, man? It just takes too long. She's offside. Different tactic variants. I'm still messing around with them, but I can talk about what they accomplish. I do not necessarily have a set one yet, bro. Good, Milo. That was way too forceful. That's fine. Good. I have to spam a skill move on the first touch there. That's never going to work otherwise. What is that? Nice. What an interception. That was well defended, to be fair. A little bit too obvious, I suppose. I defended really poorly there. Kind of got away with it. Good. It's a little bit heavier there than I was thinking it would be too. Or again. That's interesting. Take the free kick, I suppose. Crossbar and down. Unfortunate. Oh, also so unlucky there. Come on. I'm right there with anticipate plus, but whatever game. Time for bed. Been an interesting few hours. Appreciate it. Take it easy, Patty. I will definitely be talking to you again. The podcast sounds like a really fun idea at some point. No game. Give me that back, please. Have a good night. I am glad to hear you're enjoying the streams and all that. Come on, Daniel. Good. That's not what I did, game. That's upsetting. How did that get through? Wow, okay. Oh my god. Cam, come on. This one's just a struggle. I don't know what's going on. Come on, I've been all over this game. Concede one nonsense penalty. Rafinha moves so late at RM. Yeah, you have to have, for me, you have to have roll pluses. It is disappointing. At least roll pluses. Mullen as a roll plus plus is pretty phenomenal, but it's not like there are many inside forward plus plus right mids right now. It's a heavy first touch. That sucks. Good. Oh, really? I'm surprised it gets intercepted. That's good for me, though. That's really lucky. Take the corner. Okay. That's lucky. It's just a Trivella off of a short corner, off of a rebound, but it's not that that's any less deserved than the penalty you got. So close. Neymar is such a game changer, though. If you have space, but... And only if you've got space. Malin, yellow card, that's realistic. Do I have any CDMs on the bench? It's just Williams. Thank you. Finally, it's mine. Come on, game. They did open up space while there. Can't complain too much. Good, well, fail. Lucky. So lucky, and Malin always scores that. 7-4 in champs, and you ended 7-8. Bro. Sheesh. Get me out of this one. You got it, Hez. I got it. I'm fine. We're fine. Not a good sign for the weekend, though. I want to have clearer, easier ones than that. 7, 8, and 8, though. That's a shame. I'm sorry about that. The weekend league always gets you if it's like that. You start off well enough, and then the harder games come later and just ruin all the fun. Back on my previous version. Let's see how this goes. Interesting. A perfect ball that was from Usman. Thank you, Cobble. Well, that was more effective. Good night, nice stream, nice talking to you live for the first time. Like dribble god. Thank you. The actual weekend league stuff is going to be saved for tomorrow. I'm just doing qualifiers here, so you won't miss anything other than some rivals. Well, actually, I'm probably going to end the stream soon for what it's worth. Don't concede it. Darn it. Easy. I do appreciate you having you in the stream though, King. God, wasn't expecting getting 11. Best was 8. Losing all 4 was hard. Ratty, VVD, and kickoffs. Yeah. So many rebounds. It's tough because you want rewards, but like being good or not good at this game is not a... It's not like a one-to-one correlation of skill, you know? He's playing well, though. I wonder if I should try balanced back on the other one. Like for all the excitement everyone puts around my YouTube channel, which I'm loving, if you want to get better results at this game, I'm not the one to watch, you know? Go watch some tutorial on how to spam long balls and L1 sprint boost and whatever. But despite the ending, hopefully you at least had fun for some of it. That's the whole point of video game. Okay, that's foul. Good, Milo. I'm gonna have to try to escape and do it poorly. I'm getting tired, so I'm getting lazy. I'm not putting in the effort to press L2 R2 every time. I'm just kind of doing left stick. What an interception. Lucky for me, though. Good. Sheesh. How does that get through? Good, Kimmich. He doesn't register any skill move. That's interesting. Good. That works. Not with the left foot, man. No worries, don't really want to play on fun. Yeah. Okay. Did you get anything from rewards, or was it just bad? Because I feel like I made maybe 30k from my rewards last week, and that was rank 2. Nice, Marlon. Oh, Schuler. Let's go. Alright, one singular 85 plus player. One of them. Let's find out. Not this menu. Walk out from every pack. That's... Could be worse. I suppose could be worse. Well, I get a walkout from every pack of mine. Nope. Just kidding. It's a just qualifiers rewards. Coop miners. And nothing of value. Decent for fodder, yeah. 85 plus. It's not a walk. It's fine. Well, if you have enjoyed the screen, if you have enjoyed the scream, if you have enjoyed the screen, no, I messed it up again. I'm tired. I streamed for 5 hours yesterday, and this is already at 3.5. I've done a lot of content this week. Please forgive me. If you have enjoyed the stream, please do give it a subscribe. We are at 878, which we've gained like 40 today, I think it is. Or 40 over the last 24 hours, something like that. So I'm very grateful for. I do appreciate all of you staying tuned, hanging out as always, all the positive comments. We are going to do one additional just game of rivals here. See how this goes, and then we'll call the stream. Call it there. I wonder if balanced works for this. At least I get some more support then. Oops. I guess I overestimated how many people might be playing Rivals right now, because obviously it's the middle of the weekend league. I am tired. I also won't be. Oh, no. The king left. Never mind. King wanted to know about the different tactical variations, but we'll have to talk about that another time. Okay, I'm going to play a cooldown game of Rush. I still feel like playing the game, but I'm really tired. There's one more. Position right back. Centurion's evolution. Is Alvarez Centurion's evo? He is. Requirements for Felix are ridiculous. As long as I don't face too many hackers, it'll be easy enough for me, but he is quite inattainable for most people. Which is a shame. Hopefully just the time. Is it just 2 weekends? Is it only 2 weekends? So you have to win 22 out of 30, or are there more than that? Because if you got 7, you'd need 3 weekends with 1 extra win. One of our players is not playing. It megs me, because I'm Julian Alvarez on defense. Oh well. Now they're playing. I am curious how good that card would feel. I just wish he had different playstyles and different roll pluses. That works. It's just 2? Damn. 8 losses max, that sucks. Which means you would need a 15-0 for next weekend. That's awful. He doesn't turn. He's got press proven. He should turn there. No, I just have no passing ability. Oh. Nice. You know, the hardest part about Rush is commentating over it. I still just can't pass. I gotta stop trying. Good save. It's through his legs, whatever game. No, I wanted to heal. Why does it... I don't know how it registers 2 button inputs as one. Rush commentator is the word. No. I just mean personally, like, how to talk over this gameplay, but... Also, the Rush commentator is really bad. I don't mind what they were going for, but they did it really poorly. Aw. No, dude. Good save. Oh, unlucky. That's good. That's lucky. Very, very lucky. Alright, no, keep me tapped in. Come on. How, man? There's no first touch. Thought that would have way less power. My passing this game's been awful. Good. Damn. Okay. No, why, man? Nobody lets me cancel out of that. He's offside. We're lucky. This has been maybe my personal worst game of Rush. I've played really poorly. That's fine. Still the best player here, funny. It's just... Also had a lot of letdowns. Like that one. Good, keep. Okay. But that pass goes through. Okay, game. What? What? Wow. Not this many. Okay. Swap me to keyboard only. That's great. Good night, everybody. I do have to end the stream. Take it easy. I'm very tired once again. But I have enjoyed this. Thank you all for hanging out again. I will see you probably tomorrow morning live.